Topic today we are going to deal with is the past, talking about the past. I guess they need to be filled. Okay, talking about the past. Keep in mind, speaking about the past, explaining things about the past is one of the most difficult tasks for students. Whether it is writing task or it is a speaking cue card or something like that. This is where, in my experience, most of the students make mistakes. Understand? So today I'm not gonna talk in Urdu at all because I'm keeping in view some international viewers as well. There are many people who don't understand our language, so it's gonna be totally in English. So we are going to start with the simple past. The simple past. The simple past. Okay, as we discussed stative past, stative present, habitual present, and then simple, stuff like that. Here also, I'm going to divide the past tense, the simple past, keep in mind, into three major categories. Number one, state or stative past. Number two, habitual past. Number three, simple past. This thing might be very surprising for you that why so many pasts are there, but this is a very logical point, keep in mind. And unless until you don't understand, you don't have grip on these rules, you will not be able to describe the things or question about the past properly. And particularly when you are writing about the pie chart, bar graph, or something like that, even then you are very likely to make mistakes. So, to overcome those mistakes, you must have deep knowledge of the past language. So, stative is very simple, no forms of verbs are used. Stative, no forms of verbs are used. It's a very simple formula. Was, verb, plus person, plus noun, pronoun, adjective. Is this what I said in my first lecture about the stative present? If you remember, at that time I discussed also what the noun is, what the pronoun is, and what the adjective is. Is it true? Yes. So today, keep in mind, these are very simple words. Listen, for example, was he your friend at school? Yes, he was my friend at school. No, he was not my friend at school. Was he angry last night? Yes, he was angry last night. No, he was not angry last night. So this is a very simple kind. You can say very easy to understand. For example, was he angry last night? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. These are short replies. Sorry. And if you have to give long replies, you put the full information. Yes, he was angry last night. No, he was not angry last night. So this is a stative kind. Keep in mind. The other two kinds. Is that clear? Yes. If it's not clear, you can ask for more examples. There's no problem. Sorry. Yes, sir. That's very easy. If you listen to my first lecture on stative present, and this is the same, just was and were have been brought now, and is and are have been removed. Simple as that. This is the second part. I would like to erase this thing because this is very complex. This is very complex, and many times ignored by the teachers as well. I don't mean to criticize anyone, but many students come to me and they have no idea about this kind of past. What is a habitual past? Keep in mind, habitual past we use to talk about habits and routines in the past, habits and routines in the past which cannot be repeated again. This is the main point to be kept in mind. We talk about habits and routines which cannot be repeated again. For example, okay, formula. Write down the formula. The formula to describe these things is very simple. Would plus person plus V1 plus object plus time plus question mark. Would person V1 object time. Okay, V1 is also called base form of verb. Keep in mind, would is used for repeated actions or routines. And used to is used for habits, to talk about habits in the past. So if I say, would you go to school in childhood? Understand? I know would is used to make requests as well. There are many uses of would, but here I'm talking about this particular use. Keep in mind. Yes, I would go to school in childhood. No, I wouldn't go to school in childhood. Understand or not? Yes, I would go to school in childhood. No, I wouldn't go to school in childhood. If you say, did you go to school in childhood? For example, the examiner in IELTS asks you the question, did you go to school in childhood? You shouldn't say, yes, I went to school in childhood. Yes, I would go to school in my childhood. Would means you went to school again and again and again and again. It wasn't a matter of just one day. You were a student of at a particular school and you went there again and again. Right? So you should say, yes, I would go to school in childhood. Understand? Okay, in modern English, would can also be replaced with used to. Yes, I used to go to school in childhood. Right?
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Can I erase it now?
Yes.
If you wish to take a pic, you can take a pic also. Because I'm going to erase it. Okay, now I'm going to talk about habits in the past. Okay, when you have to talk about habits in the past, you always use used to. Used to. For example, okay, the formula is did plus person plus used to plus v1 plus object plus time plus question mark. Okay, one thing about the previous thing I've just said, I would go to school in childhood means I don't go to school now. I've stopped going to school now. That is why it's called a habitual present, because you don't do that anymore. Okay, did plus person plus used to plus v1 plus object plus time. Did you used to smoke in the youth? Did you used to smoke in youth? Some old person is sitting with you and you're just asking a question. Did you used to smoke in youth? Because now you're old. Tell about the youth. Understand?
Yes.
What have you been doing in your youth? So, did you used to smoke? Used to smoke, it means, was this your habit when you were young or not? Understand?
Yes.
Any problem, Bappa?
No, sir.
Mohsin?
No, sir.
Very nice. Okay. Short reply. Yeah plus person or subject plus used to. Negative no plus subject plus didn't plus used to. Okay, when you use did or did not, it's used to, and when you use a positive sentence or you speak positively, you say used to. Any problem? Yeah, I used to smoke in youth. If you wish to give a long reply, give the full information. Yeah, I used to smoke in youth. No, I didn't used to smoke in the youth. Any problem?
No, sir.
So such questions are always asked in IELTS exams, but you reply in a simple way, which is actually an acceptable way. So once again, used to and would are sometimes mixed up by the modern speakers, but I think so. If you have the knowledge, you shouldn't mix them up. But there's nothing wrong if you even mix them up, right? So, did you use to what? Did you use to smoke in youth? No, make some other sentence as well.
Did you used to take bath daily?
Okay, fine. Did you used to take bath daily in youth? Yeah.
Did you used to play cricket in youth?
Yes, fantastic. Very nice. Did you used to play cards with your friends at college?
At college.
Yes, I used to play cards with my friends at college. No, I didn't used to play cards. It means now neither you go to college, now you play cards. So you are talking about some past event which which is no more repeated. Is the difference clear by now?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Now I'm coming to the simple past and things will be crystal clear. And you will be saying, oh, this was the past.
Sir, did you used to smoke in youth? ये तो repeat हो सकती है.
Pardon?
सर ये आपने कहा which can't be repeated. तो ये did you used to smoke in youth?
Yeah, the situation is repeated sometimes, habits can be repeated, right? But routines normally not. But keep in mind the general thinking behind this is that the person you're talking to is maybe not smoking at present, or is not a smoker, right? Maybe you're putting up a person because you think he's not smoking, and you're asking, oh, did you used to smoke in youth? But of course, it can be repeated. The habits can be repeated, but some routines like school going or things like that, they cannot be repeated. If I say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to get admission for you in nursery class, will you accept it? Right? So it's to some extent habits can be repeated, but routines can't be repeated, right? So I'm going to talk about the simple past now, and this tense is also widely used in IELTS exams, writing and speaking. Is this clear, Mr. Usman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is very, very important. Keep in mind to understand why simple past is called simple past. Why simple past is called simple? Because it is fresh in your memory, number one. It is fresh in your For example, if I ask you what did you do today early in the morning, you can tell me each and everything easily, isn't it? And if I say what would you do at school with your friends, you have to recall the things back, and then you'll be replying. So this is a very fresh, and secondly, it can be repeated very often. For example, if you had your breakfast today in the morning, you're gonna have it tomorrow again, the day after tomorrow. So these actions are simply repeated or solved. It's a very simple thing. The formula for this is that, okay, normally such words come last, ago, yesterday, stuff like that. For example, okay, how to make questions. For making questions, in the simple past, you use did plus subject plus base form of verb, which is V1, plus object. Sometimes, if the time is mentioned, you can mention it at the end of the sentence. Okay, did you have breakfast yesterday? Is it hard for you to think about yesterday? Is it hard for you to think about 20 years ago?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So, did you have breakfast yesterday? Do you understand now why simple is called simple?
Yes, sir.
It's very simple. It's very simple, honestly. Okay, short replies. Yeah, plus subject, plus did. No, plus subject, plus didn't. Did you have breakfast yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Right? If you wish to give the full information, then you will be turning first form into past form. What is the past form of have? Had. Yeah, I had my breakfast. Okay, yes, I had my breakfast. No, I didn't have my breakfast. I think it's very clear now. Yeah, 100% clear. Ask me any questions that irritate you. Hey, is there any doubt here?
No, sir, all is fine.
Mohsin, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
So, when you talk about your IELTS, particularly when you talk about the Q card, means describe the crowded place you visited, right? That is where most of the students make mistakes. Okay, the students say the place I had visited was this and that. I had seen many people. You know, you shouldn't be using had bluntly. Keep in mind, or blindly. Sorry. So I have visited many crowded places in my life, but here I would like to talk about this and that bazaar. It was very crowded. I visited it last Sunday. I visited it with my friends. We had some snacks over there and we purchased some things as well. But this was the most crowded place I ever visited. Right? So always try to write your routines about last Sunday. How did you spend your last Sunday? Use this formula like subject, V2, object. I got up early in the morning. I went to the mosque and said my Fajr prayer. Then I got back and had my breakfast. After having my breakfast, I left. I went out of the house with my friends and spent almost 3 hours with them. Then again, I got back and watched TV for some time, and then it was Zuhr prayer's time, and I offered my prayer and had my lunch, and I spent some time with my father discussing different issues. You know, so never ever skip when talking about the past. Understand, in my next lectures, inshallah, I'm gonna talk about the proper use of had as well. But before we go on had, you should have complete knowledge of present simple tense, which is stative, habitual, and simple. Then simple. The simple, doctor, stative, habitual, then simple. Not simple only. Simple tense only won't work. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much. Keep watching the things in videos as well. If you don't understand any point, just keep watching that, and I hope so things will become clear to you guys. Any questions regarding this?
No, sir.
If you have, you should ask. Okay, one thing I think I should make clear. I didn't use the word eat, but have. So have has a lot of functions in English, and one thing, have is used when you experience something. I told it earlier as well. For example, I'm having shower, I'm having rest, I'm having fun with friends, I'm having breakfast. So when you experience things, you can use have. So thank you very much. Any questions? Just tell me, or you're watching the video, comment down there. I will be there hopefully. So that's it then.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Note that